The Alari were a peaceful race. Tall, crystalline beings from the moonless world of Selvaris, they had once stood side by side with the Galactic Council, until the Creel Empire invaded their space. The Creel came with swarms of bioships, weapons that screamed in the vacuum, and no regard for diplomacy. The Alari sent distress signals. Please, cries for help. The Council responded with silence. One by one, Alari cities burned beneath the Creel onslaught. Their capital, Hyleron, shattered into glass under plasma rain. Only a few ships escaped, loaded with refugees, drifting through space with no destination. It was in this hopeless void that a single human listening post on the edge of Sol's influence intercepted the Alari emergency broadcast. Protocol dictated observation only, but Earth had changed. Since first contact with the galactic community decades ago, humans had learned one thing very clearly: the so-called civilized galaxy had no spine. The Council protected only its own interests. Races deemed non-essential were left to die in the cold dark. That wasn't how humanity operated. General Elena Rivers, commander of Earth Defense Strategic Fleet, stared at the decoded transmission. The data flickered. Images of slaughtered Alari, shattered cities, terrified children. She clenched her fists. "Get me the High Command," she said coldly, "and prep the Vindicator for FTL." Within hours, a decision was made. Not by vote, not by debate, by resolve. The Vindicator, Earth's most advanced dreadnought, departed Sol with a single transmission sent to the Alari coordinates. "You are not alone. Hold on. Help is coming." The refugees aboard the Alaris, the last Alari vessel, received the message as their life support ticked below survival thresholds. Hope, something nearly forgotten, ignited again. When the Vindicator arrived, it dwarfed the crippled Alari cruiser. Human engineers and medics flooded aboard. Supplies were shared. Survivors were stabilized. For the first time in weeks, the Alari wept tears of relief, not grief. Ambassador Talon YHLL, one of the few surviving Alari leaders, stood before General Rivers, his voice crackling through the translator matrix. We expected no one." The Council turned away. "Why would you help us?" Rivers looked him in the eye. "Because someone had to." The Creel, emboldened by the Council's passivity, didn't stop with Selvaris. They began encroaching on nearby systems, expanding their hive-controlled territory. They didn't expect resistance. Not from the so-called primitive Earth. But Earth had changed. Since humanity's rise into space, they had built not only fleets but a doctrine. We do not abandon those who call for help. With Alari intel and human tactics, Earth launched Operation Dawnfire. 10 ships. 1 mission. Strike the Creel home hive on Rakzur and send a message the galaxy wouldn't forget. The battle was brutal. Creel swarms blackened the stars. Their ships moved like insects, too many to count. But human AI war cores calculated their patterns. EMP lances cut through them like scythes. The Vindicator unleashed Earth's experimental kinetic lance, punching straight through the Creel command node in one blinding burst of light. Alari commandos, equipped with Terran-made exosuits, infiltrated Creel bionodes and sabotaged their hive links. It wasn't just vengeance, it was reclamation. When the dust settled, the Creel home hive was a crater. The galaxy trembled. The Council summoned Earth for explanation. General Rivers arrived on the Galactic Council floor not with apology, but with footage: burning cities, screaming children, Alari dying alone in the stars. And then she showed Earth's response. A silent transmission played for the Council. "To any who are hunted, to any abandoned, you are not alone. Earth hears you." The hall was silent. The Varnathi delegation attempted to scold Earth. "You've upset galactic order." Rivers' reply was ice. "You let genocide happen while you debated tariffs." Then she stood, armor gleaming. "If galactic order requires silence in the face of extinction, then maybe it needs to be upset." The Alari now live among humans, rebuilding. Children who once knew only fear now study on Earth. Selvaris, their homeworld, is being terraformed anew, with Terran technology and Ilari design. But most importantly, they are not alone. Humanity didn't just save them. Humanity changed them. And in turn, the Ilari reminded Earth why they came to the stars in the first place. Not for conquest, not for profit, but to make sure no one, no matter how forgotten, faced the dark alone.